My Nightmare Office Affair is a Lifetime movie that will ruin every married guy's fantasy about banging his female boss. The movie starts with a teen sneaking into a home and poisoning a bottle of whiskey, and then smells it for some reason. A man comes home yapping about being at court for a messy divorce proceeding. He makes a drink, not knowing that it was laced with poison. As he struggles to stay alive, the intruder lowers her hood, as if revealing her identity will shock him, even though he could already see her face. She steals his watch and leaves. We're introduced to our main character, Nick, portrayed by an actor who always seems to play a dipshit in all his Lifetime movies, and this one is no exception. Nick goes to work where he is an app designer or something, and tells the boss of the company, Lisa, that the launch of their new smart app needs to be delayed because hackers could use the app to potentially hijack people's smart devices. The project manager for the new app is pissed off that Nick said all that stuff.
You want to do me a favor? Give me a little heads up next time you plan on cutting me off at the knees in front of everyone?
Lisa invites Nick to lunch and asks him to be the new project manager for the app launch instead of this guy. She asks about Nick's family and then says that she wishes that she had a child of her own, but always put her career first. Lisa comes home and looks at the watch from the beginning and a photo of her younger self with the man from the beginning. There is a flashback, and I guess that was supposed to be her who killed that guy, and that guy was her dad, even though in the credits he's just listed as businessman. It's not worth thinking too hard about though, because it really has nothing to do with the movie. Nick and his wife Jennifer attend a launch party for the new app, even though it's not being released. Lisa hands them a gift for their daughter, a teddy bear that she bought from the cliche store. Jennifer notices just how touchy Lisa's being with her husband and gets a warning from his coworker about Nick spending so many late nights with his boss. Nick arrives home from the party hours later because he stayed and made his wife go home by herself. We find out that the teddy bear for their daughter contains a hidden camera for Lisa to spy on them. A woman from an adoption agency comes to Lisa's house and says she is not qualified to adopt a child because she works too much. Jennifer gets a text from Nick, who's in her phone under his full name, saying he has to work late again. I guess she had to differentiate him from all the other important Nicks in her life. At work, Lisa makes a move on Nick, who says he can't cheat on his wife. Growing concerned, Jennifer decides to look up Nick's boss online. She types her name into a search bar, which pops up below in purple, indicating that she's already visited that page. But I guess we'll just ignore that. She finds a horribly written article that the director probably thought no one would pause to look at, because if someone did, they would notice that the apostrophes are missing from these words. Silicon Valley is spelled Silicone Valley. Regardless is separated into two words for some reason. Programming is spelled completely wrong, and I don't even know what the hell is happening with the article's format right here. While Jennifer is in the shower, Lisa uses some bullshit hacking software and sends a text to her phone pretending to be some guy, hoping Nick will see it. The guy in the message says that he lost his watch while he was over there and to keep an eye out for it. That night, Lisa plants the gold watch at Nick's house to corroborate the text message and make it look like Jennifer is having an affair. As planned, Nick finds the watch and thinks his wife is cheating on him. He tells Lisa that he thinks his wife is having an affair, and they kiss. He chops the photo of his daughter and wife out of the way to make space on his desk to have sex with her. The coworker shows up to Lisa's house and tells her that he knows she's been fooling around with Nick. We learn that these two used to fool around as well, but Lisa broke it off because he wouldn't have a baby with her, because he already had kids with his wife. Lisa denies everything, and the coworker threatens to tell HR that Lisa has been banging her employees. She hits him over the head with a statue, and he instantly dies because this is a Lifetime movie. Lisa drives his body to the middle of nowhere and dumps it. She takes out his phone and sends a suicide text to all contacts. All contacts? Just scrolling through my own personal contact list, I have extended family members, old coworkers, and random people I met once and then never talked to again. If this was me, why would I send a suicide note to all those people as well? It makes no sense. Lisa thinks she's being smart, but it's actually extremely suspicious. But it doesn't matter because she's never suspected of this crime or even questioned. The next day, Lisa asks Nick to come over to her house that night, but he says he wants to be with his family.
Oh, God.
Hey, don't do that.
Even though you did it like 4 scenes ago when you had sex with her. Lisa has Nick come to her office to drink champagne, but he doesn't want to partake and says he really needs to go home.
To what, your cheating wife?
Look, I don't know for a fact that she even did anything.
That's not what you thought 4 scenes ago when you impulsively banged your boss out of revenge. Why has your mind suddenly changed?
Right, because a strange man's watch just magically appeared in your driveway?
Lisa has given herself away because Nick never told her about the watch. He grabs her tablet and sees that Lisa hacked into his wife's phone along with planting that watch and realizes he cheated on his wife for nothing.
Look, I'm sorry, but this ends now.
Nick goes home with a guilty conscience.
Can we talk?
I cannot wait to hear this. How is he possibly going to explain any of this crazy shit to his wife? Long story short, he doesn't. Instead, Nick tells Jennifer that he's thinking about quitting his job because he wants to spend more time at home. Lisa watches on through the teddy bear, which always seems to be in the perfect place to eavesdrop. And why is it still even there? Who keeps a stupid teddy bear in their living room at all times? I thought it was for their daughter. Why isn't it in her room? Lisa breaks a wine glass out of anger and cuts her hand. She then rips her shirt on purpose and takes some photos of it. Nick gets mad at the bear.
What are you looking at?
And finds the camera that Lisa planted. A detective comes to the house and says Lisa is accusing him of sexual assault. He's brought to the station and tries to explain that Lisa is the one who has been harassing him. But the detective doesn't believe him and makes him show her the scratches. It's a pretty pointless scene because nothing comes of this interrogation or these accusations. Nick finally admits to his wife that he cheated on her with Lisa. She takes their daughter and goes to stay with her sister. Lisa strolls into Nick's house and tells him that she is going to be his daughter's new mommy. She knocks him out by injecting him with something in a syringe. Meanwhile, at work, Nick's assistant sneaks into Lisa's office to steal her tablet and prove that she's been using the work app to spy on Nick's family. Nick is now tied up in a chair, and I can't stress enough how impossible it would be for Lisa to have moved his lifeless 6'4" body from the chair where he passed out into this chair all by herself. But there's only 8 minutes left in the movie, so who gives a shit? Lisa tracks down Jennifer through her phone. She intentionally causes an accident, and while Jennifer's back is turned, she jams a syringe into her neck. Can anyone just walk into this house? Nick's assistant unties him basically by doing nothing, and they track Jennifer's phone. Nick shows up just in time to save Jennifer, but Lisa slashes him in the stomach. No! And if you replay it in super slow-mo, you can see the cut mark already there before she even swings the blade.
Are you okay?
Does he look okay? Lisa pins down Jennifer and is about to murder her, but Nick's assistant hits her over the head with her own tablet. While Lisa is rolled off on a stretcher, she gets a call from the adoption agency, informing her that she is eligible to adopt a child after all, making everything she has done extremely regretful. And that's how the stupid movie ends.
Who cares?